Streblow's comedy show. Live on the radio. It's Darren Streblow's comedy show. Live on the radio. Bringing you the funny from every nook and cranny. Sprinkling some crazy. The man, the myth, the legendary champion of something. It's Darren Streblow's comedy show. Live on the radio. It's Darren Streblow's comedy show. Live on the radio. So lock dial on this comedy file. Darren's your host from coast to coast. He's hilarious. The Darren Trouble comedy show. Yeah.
Welcome back, my friend, to the collision of comedy and the soul. How are you doing? Are you faring well? I hope you are doing very well, considering. Yeah, we all need to laugh, and hopefully this show, an oasis for you to come and drink from the well of comedy. Yeah, that actually sounded better in my head before I said it. You're in the right place, that's all I'm saying. We got a great show coming up. Comedy from Ron Pearson, Tim Hawkins, Nazareth, Scott Gregory, Carlos Hosker, Thor Ramsey, and Johnny W. is going to be stopping by. Have a little chat. Should be a lot of fun. So glad you're here. Let's get things started. From Bananas, here's Isaac Whitty.
I just started working out. It's not working out. I have a gym membership now, and I hate my gym. I hate going there because it's got great big windows in there, and every time I'm on the treadmill, I'm forced to see all the people outside walking for free. I pay $50 a month to do that. It's a ripoff. I used to jog. I quit jogging because I got tired of people asking if I'm okay. I quit Taibo for the same reason. Yeah, that and the imaginary guy I'm kicking kept winning the fights. He's an excellent fighter. I'm no good at fighting. I stink. I'm not good at fighting, but I am good at coming up with eloquent phrases to get out of fighting. Yeah, like I'm sorry and no, I don't have a problem. Those. Yeah. Hey, you don't truly know humility till you've called a 16-year-old sir. I know I'm not in shape. I know that because the other day I fell down in the shower. I did. I wish I could blame it on something. Maybe soap on the feet. When I've fallen down before, maybe somebody pushed me, or that wasn't the case. It was just me. And I fell down. I fell through the curtain. Into a different realm, if you will. Yeah, like I'm in this room, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm in that room. Like halfway, my feet were still, like still in the tub. My head, looking right at the toilet. The bottom part, the part you don't see very often. Actually, if you've seen the bottom of your toilet, you fell down too. Unless you're looking for a hidden treasure map. I actually came this close from hitting my head on the toilet and dying. I know, that's not a cool way to die at all. Some of the chalk outline would have to go up on the seat. One time I told my friend that, and he said, you know what, that's not right. In order for there to be a chalk outline, it has to be a homicide. I'd hope they think it's a homicide. I'd hope they give me the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's like, obviously, there was foul play here. I mean, he's not an idiot. He didn't just fall out of the shower.
You guys remember Hands Across America? Did anybody in here do Hands Across America? You did? Do you remember the cause? No. No, we just went out, we stood, I don't know what I'm doing. Do you guys remember that? We tried, you don't even remember, young man. You weren't even born yet. We tried to have a chain of people across this whole country, from hand to hand to hand, across the whole country. You think that's going to happen in this country? No way. You know somebody's going to be out in the middle of Missouri going, how come no one will hold my hand? Would somebody please hold my hand? Do you imagine if they did like Hands Across England? It would have been like 8 people. All right, we're done. Let's go. You ever notice British people? You ever notice, is there anybody here from England? You ever notice British people? British people, you have to believe everything they say because their accent makes them sound like they are the smartest people. They could be as dumb as a stick. We'll still believe them because their accent makes them sound like they know everything, right? I mean, and if we don't believe them as Americans, they'll follow with the phrase, I'm not kidding. And we go, oh, okay. They could tell us anything. They could be like, we won the Revolutionary War. I'm not kidding. No, we have the best dental plan in the world. I'm not kidding. You know, French are the most negative people in the entire world. They are negative people. They can try and say something positive. They have to end it negative. They can't even make anything. If it's trying to be positive, they'll end it negative. They'll come in the room and go, you are having fun. No. My wife and I have 2 kids now. We have 2 children. I have a 6-year-old daughter named Reagan, and she didn't have hair for the first year, so I called her Rogaine. And I have a 2-year-old son named Tex. That, you know what? Raising kids, that should have been another 2 years of classes, teachers. 2 years of classes on how to get along, 2 years of class on how to have kids, right? No one tells you how hard it is. No one says anything. You first get married, everyone comes up, when are you going to have children? They're such a blessing. Best thing that ever happened. My word, no! You have a child, drive straight to your parents' house, drop it off, and run! Your life is over. For those of you without children in here, and I know who you are because you're smiling and happy. No, look at the couple with kids. Look how beaten down they are. Look at that. No one tells you. No one tells you. No one told me when my daughter was 1 year and 4 months old, she would wake me up every morning, 4:30 a.m. Daddy, Daddy. I'm like, what? And she's like, Mama's sleeping. Wake her up tomorrow, would you? They say it's a terrible 2s. It's not. You guys know what it is? It's a terrible 3s, right? Because at 3, why? A kid can talk back to you. Right? A kid can talk back to you, and it's never normal at 3. They have to change it a little, you know? It's like my daughter's up at midnight, go to bed. Her I don't wanna turns into I don't wanna. Go to bed. I don't wanna. Go to bed, Dad. I don't wanna. Go to bed, Daddy. Like my daughter's turning into Jim Morrison of the Doors. I don't wanna. I am the Lizard King. I'm trying to find my pacifier. Like, go to bed, you little freak. This is a true story. My daughter's up at midnight. My wife goes, go to bed. She's like, I don't wanna. Go to bed. I don't wanna. So my wife was pregnant with my son Tex out to here, and my wife waddles over to pick her up. And when she does, my daughter does that 1968 protester collapse. Go ahead, pick me up now, fat lady. Good luck, Prego. I'm standing over going, get out the water cannons!
The amazing Ron Pearson on the Darens Trouble Comedy Show. And coming up, music from Tim Hawkins and stand-up comedy from Nazareth, Johnny W., Scott Gregory, Carlos Oscar, and Thor Ramsey. Stay right here.
Do you suffer from a back problem? Millions of people do. And so do many scientists who blame our back problems on evolution. Learn the painful truth on today's Creation Moment. And now, our Creation Moments host, Paul Taylor.
Back pain is one of humanity's most common complaints. And the most common explanation one hears for back pain is that our backs hurt because we stand and walk erect. Even high school textbooks repeat this myth. Students are taught that our backs bother us because we haven't fully adjusted to our evolution into human beings. Supposedly, when we were still getting around ape-like on all fours, our backs didn't hurt. Then we stood up. The new stresses on the spine caused it to curve forward, leading to backaches. Our backbones still have not evolved to support the stress of upright pressure. Many backache problems are based on this assumption, so they use exercises to try to reverse the natural curvature of the back. Whether these exercises solve the long-term problem is debatable. The Bible tells us that we did not evolve. We were created by an intelligent creator who certainly knew how to make a backbone for human beings. Upright posture is not our problem. Even dogs suffer back problems. That's why some therapists have been reporting good long-term results using a therapy that doesn't assume that our backs hurt because of evolution. Rather, they assume that the human spine is supposed to have a forward curve. They recommend exercises that correct the forward curvature of the spine. Faulty assumptions that evolution is true do not provide better medicine. However, medicine is improved when it uses the accurate knowledge that human beings have been specially created by God.
Have you downloaded our free Creation Moments app yet? It's available now for all Android and Apple mobile devices. Listen to our archive of radio broadcast anytime you like. Download the app today by visiting creationmoments.com and clicking the large photo of phones and tablets.
The Darens Trouble Comedy Show.
Highlight. Here's Robert G. Lee.
It's wonderful to go on a cruise, it really is, but not for romance. On a cruise, you bring one outfit in 3 different sizes because all you do is eat the entire time. It's like large, extra large, and blimp. That's pretty much it when it comes to the thing. It's like, honey, it's the dessert table. Hold the rope, I'm going in. Here we go. And you eat so much of these cruises, and you know this is absolutely true. You eat so much food, by the time you get back to your room, you're in pain. So you get back there, get away, get away, get away. I want to die. I want to die. What time is it? Midnight buffet. Let's go. Here we go. All right.
Get more laughs at our free app at DarensTrouble.com.
Hey, I'm Season, and I'm a joy bringer. What's your favorite holiday? Christmas? Easter? I bet it's probably not Good Friday. I mean, yes, it's the day that our loving Savior sacrificed his life for the whole world to have forgiveness and freedom for eternity, but it's not one we're typically celebrating with a party. So why the name Good Friday? With hindsight, we can see the good, but still, isn't it just like the Lord, though? He is so powerful to take the worst day of Jesus' life, turn it around, and call it good. We see that truth in Romans 8:28, that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. And you know what? He can do it for your life, too. I know that the tragedies of our life are just that, tragic. And I've had my fair share, but when we take a deep breath and dare to ask the Lord, show me the good in that moment, he will do it. I'm not asking you to turn your most tragic moment into something joyful, but God can. I'm Season, and I'm a joy bringer.
There's laughter in the air. Better yet, there's laughter on the air. It's the Darens Trouble Comedy Show.
Take out all your trimming scissors, every little skincare product. Do something about your body, 'cause you'll be looking like a hobbit. Shave what you need to shave, shave what you need to shave, shave what you need to shave, shave what you need to shave. When you turn into Chewbacca, hair growing round your head, spreading down upon your shoulders. You're looking like a grown-up Shia pet. Shave what you need to shave. 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 Have no fear of hairy legs. Have no fear of hairy armpits. You better know that in the end it's better to shave too much than never to shave what you need to shave. Even if your hands are shaking and your razor's broken, get little bits of toilet paper and put them on the cuts that open. Shave what you need to shave. 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 Lather up and be brave. Shave what you need to shave. Shave what you need to shave. Or go live inside a cave. Shave what you need to shave. Shave what you need to shave. Shave what you need to shave.
Good advice there. Tim Hawkins on the Darens Trouble Comedy Show. And here's Nazareth.
1996, I went back. We got married. I brought her to this country for the first time. Took her to her first amusement park, Nordstrom's. And a year and a half later, she got pregnant, and we went to Lamaze. Anybody been to Lamaze? It's a French word that means don't waste your money. The baby's gonna come out anyway. In Lamaze, they teach you how to close your eyes and imagine yourself in space doing nothing. I imagine myself as a construction worker on the 270 on a Monday morning. And then her water broke, cramps, and we had a beautiful baby boy. We named him Newport Beach. A year and a half later, we got baby Carol. Beautiful baby, sleeps all day, stays up all night. We decided to buy a house. We live in California. We pay like, what, $1,400 for half a bedroom and half a bath. So we prayed about it and said we need to buy a house. I went to a lender. You know, they have a score where they can discriminate you based on that score they call FICO score. I didn't know that. The guy looks at it, he goes, your FICO score is like minus 279. I said, what do I need to do? He said, you need to look outside of Southern California, like Afghanistan. But we got our house 26 days later, and we bought a lawnmower. If you want to buy a lawnmower, spend the money and get the one with the bag. I didn't know. No one told me. I was in apartments all my life. And now I got a house with 2 lawns and little bibbles and rocks. My first day in the house, I buy it. I'm excited. You know, I'm like, doesn't need batteries. Perfect. I'm starting the whole thing. And then my neighbor said, you need to put some gas in it. True story. This is how dumb I am when it comes to doing things. All I know is to do comedy. That's all I've been doing. I don't know anything else. So I started the thing. I'm going through the first, then I love it, you know, first day. I said, I'm not turning this baby off. It took me an hour to start it. Now my mom, my wife, and my kids are outside watching me because they've never seen me work before. So I'm going through the rocks and pebbles with my lawnmower and started shooting bullets at them. Broke every glass in the whole house. My neighbor called the FBI because now they have something called the 800 number. If you're suspicious, call them. If you're suspicious, just call them. I love that number because I used to have relatives that visit us every year. I'm not saying they are, officer, but you never know. We got the house. We put a bedroom for our kids. Anybody have children here? Wow. Good. We put a bedroom. We went and bought stuff because, my kids... You know what? If it weren't for Disney, I would be a wealthy man. But my kids, they want a movie. Oh, can we get Cinderella? Yes, we can. $15-20 won't kill me. But now they want the outfit. And now they want the sheets and the wallpaper and everything and the castle. Come on, kids. I watched the 10 Commandments. I never had the desire to dress like Moses. Just enjoy the movie. And then my son comes to me and said, Dad, we need the Aladdin castle because he's our people. Don't give me that. So I bought him the bunk bed and everything and the castle stuff. And at night, they come and sleep in bed between us. We have a queen-size bed. I'm fighting with a 5-year-old over the sheets. I'm like, come on, kid, go to your room. I bought you a whole room. He's like, the boogeyman. Don't give me the boogeyman stuff. The boogeyman is in his own bed stretching right now. But I love my kids. I pray for them all the time because, have you seen the kids? They're all pierced now. They have metal in their faces. Not one, not two, a lot. They look like they had a fight with Home Depot. What kind of message are you trying to give people? I don't age, I rust. I'm hangable. Then a guy comes out with blue hair. How do you get blue hair? You chewing these 2,000 flush cubes? Don't get blue hair, you confuse birds. Oh, water, no, it's a head.
That's from the Bananas television program. Comedian Nazareth on the Darens Trouble Comedy Show. And coming up, a conversation with our good friend Johnny W. We'll hear some of his comedy, and we'll also hear the comedy of Scott Gregory, Carlos Oscar, and Thor Ramsey. Now, I know your family, if it's like mine, are huddled together trying to figure out what to do with all this time. And, how do we continue to have fun things to do without getting to the level where we implode? Yeah. Well, here's an idea. It's a little self-serving because I'm a proud dad. But my son, Evan, has created a brand new video game. Yeah, a video game. It's really cool. It's inexpensive. It's called Color Soul Memories. And if you're interested, you can check it out on my website, DarenStreblow.com. I'm so proud. Johnny W. coming up.
Hi, this is a Moneywise Minute with teacher Rob West.
Comedian Groucho Marx said, learn from others' mistakes. You won't live long enough to make them all yourself. So here are 10 financial decisions you'll almost certainly regret. 1, raiding retirement accounts. You'll need the money later. 2, claiming Social Security early, collecting less in the long run. 3, paying the minimum on credit cards. 4, putting off retirement saving. And 5, bankrolling your kids. Save for retirement instead. 6, passing up professional advice. 7, avoiding the stock market. It's a wealth-producing machine for long-term investors. 8, quitting school. 9, buying a timeshare. And 10, falling for offers that sound too good to be true. They are.
And you can learn more about trusting God and becoming a wise money manager when you contact us online, moneywise.org, moneywise.org.
The Darens Trouble Comedy Show.
Highlight. Brad Stein's wife wants the spider dead.
Get the spider? All right, I'll get him. No. Use a Kleenex. She wants him dead, but first, let him blow his nose one more time. Well, let me throw him outside. No! To the toilet! Apparently the toilet is capital punishment for bugs that enter your home. Oh, no. I'll flush.
Get more laughs over at DarenStreblow.com.
Here's a Renewing Your Mind Minute with Dr. R.C. Sproul.
You look at the giants of the Christian faith, read their writings, see how versed they were in the great literature of the world. But doesn't the Bible say, beware of vain philosophy? It does say that. But how in the world can you beware of something unless you're first aware of it? I do not ask that you take them out of the world, but that you keep them from evil. That's a fine line to walk. The world is a threatening place for someone to make a spiritual pilgrimage. But it is the only place we can have a spiritual pilgrimage. And it happens to be the arena of redemption.
For today's special offer, visit renewingyourmind.org.
Emotional pain is harder than physical pain? Can I get an amen? I mean, I get physical pain from my recovery with scoliosis back surgery and having mono and flu, where I never thought I'd leave the bathroom floor. However, broken relationships, the loss of a loved one, and the failure of a plan or dream, that kind of pain, that's a little harder for me. But it helps to remember God uses pain to often get our attention. C.S. Lewis wrote, God whispers to us in our pleasure, but he shouts to us in our pain. Pain is God's megaphone. We rarely change when we see the light. We change when we feel the heat. But why does it get so hot? I hear ya. The answer is God's love turns up. It warms when it all seems so cold and hopeless. He's always aware and he always cares. Proverbs 20:30. Sometimes it takes a painful experience to make us change our ways. Yeah, God loves you. Remember that every day. For more encouragement in Everyday Matters, visit DebbieGriffith.com.
The Darren Streblow Comedy Show.
Hey, it's me, it's Daren. And on the phone, the great guy, the great comedian, the great friend, the great musician. It just goes on and on. Johnny W., welcome back, my friend.
I don't know if I'm any of those things anymore, right? A couple of those things may not be happening anymore.
Well, do you need to be in front of an audience to actually be a musician or a comedian? Does the audience create the art, or does the audience just observe?
That's the question we're all having to ask ourselves, right? We're having to confront our own identities. I don't know. I can't go back to a regular job, Darren, and neither can you. We
Probably not.
Those skills have atrophied horribly.
It's so true. What did you do before you did all this? I know you were in a band at one point.
I worked at a movie theater. Was my first job. Have you ever done that?
Movie theater? No.
Dumb job.
Oh.
You get the vest. It's like a monkey suit. Vest, bow tie, clip on because we're classy. And then you get the white dress shirt that suddenly gets like stained with so much popcorn butter that it's see-through by like week 3.
Now, why the butter stains? I mean, as employees, do you have to get that friendly with the popcorn, or what? What's going on?
Well, you get addicted to it, Darren. That's how they keep you there.
So you're diving in. You're like, I'm going to need some of that.
Absolutely, you do. But then, so that job, they prank you at jobs. Did you ever work a fast food job where they prank you? They make up chores for you?
I have stories.
Oh, it was so. And I didn't grow up like that. People imagine like, oh, you're a big prank. I didn't grow up like that. I was homeschooled. And so, no, I didn't know. I wasn't ready for the real world. They told me, go get a bucket of water, bring it up here. I go bring it up. He goes, you're new, so it's your turn to fill up the drinking fountains. And look, I don't know why I fell for it, but that's not a good first day if you're wondering. When your manager comes around the corner and sees you slowly pouring 5 gallons of water down the drain of an automatic drinking fountain, he is not thinking that guy's going to run this place someday. He's got something.
I used to work at Burger King. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay. No, I had no idea.
Which was right next to McDonald's, and they said, we really need you to get out our bacon stretcher because we're having some issues. So go in the back and get it.
No.
And I looked for it, couldn't find it. Oh, it's in the freezer. Go look in the freezer. So I was back in the freezer for quite a while. Came back, in his hypothermic, but couldn't find it. Dejected. Oh, we forgot. We lended it over to McDonald's. Could you go over in your uniform?
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. So I wandered over there, trusting little Daren, like, and then the manager stopped me. It's just like, no, please don't go over there.
Oh no, you're so gullible.
Oh, no, trusting, Johnny, trusting.
Well, I was going to say kids can be so cruel, but you were probably 35 when this happened. So awful. Well, they moved me quickly to the Dollar Theater, and I don't know if you have a Dollar Theater, but it's like when you have the older theater that people used to go to. They try to keep it alive by making the movies $1 and they're older movies.
Yeah.
And it's a different clientele that go to the Dollar Theater. If you're paying $12 to see a movie, you're watching that movie. If you pay $1, you're looking around like, I wonder if these seats will set on fire. Like, you have different goals. You have different objectives in the movie theater.
It's true.
If it's $1, yeah. I don't know.
That's
but
hilarious.
I don't want to get a real job. I'm not ready for the real job again. So
hopefully things will get back to normal here.
Well, even like Hollywood, they're shutting down. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do themselves either because they can't make. But they're in pitch rooms somewhere, at Disney Plus. They're pitching a show about 2 11-year-old girls conspiring to repair their parents' marriage amid a pandemic, and they're going to call it Quarantine. They're making that show. It's happening right now.
So timely, so prescient.
But the church is doing it too. The church doesn't know what to do with itself because everybody's going video and everybody's trying to make relevant sermon series like "Thou shalt not COVID thy neighbor's wife." They're making things that shouldn't. Like, just let it happen.
I'm sensing a little bit of anger, Johnny. I'm
upset, Dan.
You seem a little upset. I just want you to. It's going to be okay, man. It's going to be all right.
I appreciate the opportunity to vent, Darren.
Well, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
It's fine. We're going to make it through. I feel like we'll make it through. Don't you? I mean, it's a weird season, but I mean, we're all.
I do think we're going to make it through. I think it's going to be okay.
Well, that's if you think that, and I feel better because I don't.
When you hear about a guy going to a bacon stretcher. By the way, I forgot to tell you, one of the places they said, "Oh, it's in the basement. It's in the basement." Go find it in the basement. Yeah, there's lots of those. Lots of Burger King basements across this great nation of ours.
Great.
Yeah, it's so sad.
We once sent somebody on the roof to turn the rocks on the roof. It's like 100 degrees out. And we told them, you have to go turn the rocks on the roof. They were climbing the ladder.
You sent them out.
Well, that's what happened.
you were being picked on it, and you became the pranker. Yeah. Wow.
So maybe that'll be fun. If we go back to real jobs, we can just be those people.
Yeah. I hear one of your heroes passed away. I'm very sorry. He was a national treasure.
Kenny Rogers, who I had a joke about in my show, a pretty prominent joke in my show that I've been doing for years. So people were sending me condolences about my joke, not about Kenny Rogers. They were like, "I'm so sorry." It's just kind of a funny.
I'm so sorry. You're going to have to retire that bit.
And that's fine. And what's funny is I really love Kenny Rogers.
So many people love Kenny Rogers.
He's great. And technically, talk about prescient. We are all islands in the stream right now. That's what we are.
That's what we are.
We're just hanging out, looking out windows at each other, waving, and just waiting for a moment for the government to tell us it's okay to come out of our home. And an invisible virus won't kill us.
The man was a prophet. He didn't know.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
Him and Dolly. Yeah. I don't know.
I hear great things about your podcast, by the way. Lots of great downloads.
Yeah, that's
lots of people
We're doing
enjoying
a podcast. We've done over 100 episodes. My podcast is called Talk About That. You can find it on all platforms. Me and my buddy John Driver.
John Driver's great.
Teaching pastor and author. And so we have fun conversations. We run a band together, so we talk a little bit about that life. And so we've known each other for over 20 years. And so we have fun conversations. And I think they'd enjoy it. Talk About That. You can find it wherever podcasts are sold. I don't know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, this is Johnny W., a fantastic person, and check out his stuff. Check out what he's doing next, perhaps back at the movie theater, seating you at some point. Look for the butter stains. He's going to be there. Johnny, thanks for being on the show. Always great to have you on,
Darren.
my friend. Thank you so much.
It was an honor. Thank you, sir.
School was hard for me. I remember middle school was no good. I was a little chubby kid. I had asthma, I liked the asthma, though. It got me out of gym class. That was good. I had my little asthma excuse laminated. By the time I'm in 5th grade, there you go. That's your copy. Okay? Yeah, all right. Save that for your... I'm going to have a seat back here. Yeah. But then 9th grade came, man. It was a different dude. The high school coach, man. He wasn't having it. The gym teacher, he was like, what is this? Asthma. I can cure asthma. You can what? You guys, his cure for asthma, he made me run what's called suicides. Do you guys know what that is? It's like a horrifying series of wind sprints. Suicides. I don't know who named that, but let me tell you something. If you make a little fat kid run back and forth until he dies, that is homicide. That is not... My wife and I, we work at our church sometimes still, even though I'm doing comedy full time. Sometimes we volunteer in the nursery, with the babies, And so we were remodeling the church, And they were repainting all the rooms. And then they were putting like stenciling scriptures on the walls, that kind of go with that department of ministry. I was like, cool. Let me do the nursery. We're going to repaint in here. We'll help out. And so I thought I'll choose the scripture, Like in the children's wing, they had like, raise up a child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. I was like, that's pretty good. But for the nursery with the little babies, man, I chose 1 Corinthians 15:51, which if you don't know what that says, it says, behold, I reveal to you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. And I thought that was... Perfect. I like it. Well, I brought my guitar with me. I wanted to play some music. Is it okay if I play some music for you guys tonight? Is that okay? Awesome. Cool. Here's the thing. I hate, you guys are such a great crowd. And when I go to get my guitar, it feels like the energy just goes to the floor while I put it on. It's just so weird, and I don't like that. So what I've done, so it's not as awkward, I've pre-recorded a joke just to kind of fill that space so we can all just move past it. So go ahead and do that if you will.
I want to host a game show where redneck contestants answer trivia questions for cash and prizes. And wrong answers cost them their hair. It's called Mull It Over.
Johnny W. Funny guy. More comedy coming up with Scott Gregory, Carlos Oscar, and Thor Ramsey right here on the Darens Trouble Comedy Show. Stay with us.
Adoption is great and hard.
From Keys for Kids Ministries, here's Greg Yoder with a Keys for Kids Parent Minute.
As an adoptive family, we hear things like, that was a great thing you did, or your daughter must be really grateful. Adoption is a call from God, and many of us had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. And while we all love it, sometimes it's hard. When our kids are acting out and dealing with attachment or trauma issues, a few adults wonder why we let our kids act that way. Do you know any adoptive parents? Well, don't judge. The best thing you can do is love and take great interest in our kids. Ask us how we're doing because, frankly, we struggle. And pray for us. When our kids act out to see if we'll really love them when they're bad, pushing our every button, we really need it.
We want to hear from you. You can respond to this program at parentminute.org.
The Darens Trouble Comedy Show.
Highlight. Robert G. Lee on weddings.
And you women, how many of you have been bridesmaids? A few of you. Now, you know the story. Women will take their best friends in the world, the women they say they love more than anything else, and make them wear the ugliest dresses known to mankind. And women always say the same thing, you can wear it again. It's like, well, yeah, if the polka festival comes to town, I'll be wearing this thing again. And she had 12 attendants. 12. I have 3 friends. The day of the wedding, I'm driving around trying to find guys in tuxedos. It's like, waiter, bring the busboy. We got to go. Come on, let's go. There we go. What's hard was my friends from junior high were behind me, and they're my best men. And so the audience can't see, the congregation can't, but they're up there and they're like, oh, you love her so much, kiss her.
Get more laughs in our free app at DarensTrouble.com.
Here's Rob West with today's Moneywise Minute.
How often does your family eat out? 2 or 3 times a week? More? It's definitely convenient with today's hectic lifestyles, but can your budget take it? Here are some ways to help with that. Try sharing a meal. Most restaurants allow you to split an entree and salad with your spouse. Portions are often way too big anyway. So split a meal. Your budget and waistline will thank you. Another way to cut costs is on the first page of the menu, the appetizers. Get one as an entree with a side salad and you've got your meal, saving a few dollars. And one more idea. A family of 4 can usually save around $10 just by ordering water with the meal, not soft drinks. You'll enjoy the food more knowing it's not breaking the bank.
Your money and your life belong to God. Learn to manage them both well when you visit moneywise.org, moneywise.org.
there's laughter in the air. Better yet, there's laughter on the air. It's the Darren Streblow Comedy Show.
I believe that the car of the future has already arrived, and I can save us a lot of tax research dollars because the car of the future is already here. So let's stop looking for it, because I bet, like me, you've experienced it. Because I've been in my car minding my own business. When up next to me, in the other lane, will pull the car of the future. Now, this car maybe has about 50 to 100 speakers. And the volume is cranked all the way. And that car's over there going... And me and my car begin to do this. Because of that car over there. See, there we have it. Speaker-powered cars. I call them audio-mobiles. You just flood your car with about 100 speakers, turn them in the opposite direction you want to go, and crank it. Parallel parking, no problem anymore. Turn them all sideways, hit it once, you're in. You don't worry about distance. How far to Cleveland? 2 CDs, you're there. You want to slow down? Pull in the easy listening lane. Get over there. That would be the driving experience, wouldn't it? Or like coming here, when my wife and I came here and got behind the wide load. Have you been there? Been out there getting behind the wide load? Let me briefly explain what the wide load is. A wide load is, when someone's moving something down the highway, typically a fairly large object, let's say something like, I don't know, a house! Great big old honking house! Takes up the entire freeway! And they feel they need to explain that to us with a big yellow banner across the back because we might not catch on with what's going on up there. What happens? That yellow banner falls off. What in the world? It's some kind of huge thing in front of us. Get out the manual. Let's look it up. Yeah, they tell us where wide loads are all the way down to bumps. You ever see that? Just that diamond-shaped sign just says, bump. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, if you're going to go all that time and trouble to stick up that sign, why don't you just go ahead and smooth the road out for us? That's what we would like, is a smooth road. And for me, I just like to sit in my yard and listen to cars go by all day long. This can be real therapeutic, especially since I live on a dead-end street. Oh, there's a lot more traffic now that I took that sign down. I didn't actually take it down. What I did is I turned it around to where it's facing the driver on his way back, and he'll think there's no way out. Yeah. Marketing. What is going on in that world? They treat us like we're idiots. The next time that you go into a store, go pick up a can of Raid, turn around and read on the back of a can of Raid, you'll find they treat us intelligent people like morons back there with helpful little hints. Do not point nozzle in face. I mean, anybody in the kitchen struggling with that at home, I dare you roaches to cross this line right here. Psst, Why didn't they tell me? Do not store a can of Raid above 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey, you know what? You keep your thermostat set at 130. You don't have a bug problem. You have a perspiration problem. Bugs are coming out in little towels. Hey, man, it's like a sauna in here. Can you turn it down? They got helpful hints for us everywhere we can turn, like on deodorant. It says to apply evenly. So now what? I got to count the strokes on each side, like just before I get out of the house, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 4. Okay, I'm even. I'm ready to face the day. Apply to the entire underarm area. What is that? I'm going all the way from the elbow down to the waist. I'm going through a stick a day. Great selling technique, that is. And then it says, if rash or irritation appears, discontinue use. Oh, great. Now that I got athlete's feet, I'm going to stop using my deodorant, too. Suddenly, I'm scratch and sniff.
I don't know about the trends, man. He's got the body piercing on the face. Have you seen that? It's all dangling.
Everywhere, everywhere. He's got rings here, there, everywhere. They it looks like a curtain rings. What they look like, curtain rings. Don't need sunglasses. Hang 2 curtains. Right? Hang them. Sun's out. Shh. There. He hates people looking at him. People gonna look at you. Hey, what are you looking at, bro? Hey, relax, man. What are you looking at, Benny, man? You know, that's you. It's a mirror, so I don't know what you're tripping on. Open the curtain and you'll know that it's you. All right? And I told him, man, you can't have all that stuff on your face, man. He wants to drive my car. I go, no, you're not going to drive my car, you know? And I didn't even want, the car I'm driving, the high-tech, I didn't even want that car. My best friend's the one, who get this car with the thing you press. You've seen that? You press a button and there's someone there in emergency? Like, that's cool. My friend, though, he abuses that. He asks him for everything. Where's the nearest, this to go eat here? Where's this? It's supposed to be for emergencies. I was in it last week, and he pressed it, and the guy said, "What?" Like that. Okay, so I know. So now the guy wants to use my car. Benny wants to say, "No, you're not going to use my car. You got metal on your face. You can't see." He's saying, "No, you can't." He goes into my kitchen, and I hear it. He breaks something. I go, "Whoa." And he's screaming, "I can't see, I can't see." I go in the kitchen. He's on the floor with all the refrigerator magnets. I say, "What is that?" With a Pizza Hut sign, a banana, right? What is going on here? And he's very, "Oh, that's right. Latino, what's up?" He's on. I go, "Dude, you were born in Burbank. Relax, with the whole, We drove down to Tijuana. We got some college students here. Don't go to Tijuana. It's too crazy down there, man. You go down there and forget your friends. Oh, that was cool. You're coming back home and your friend, where's Steve? I don't know. He's on some donkey looking for you down. What's that, I don't know what happened. You forget someone in a foreign country. We drove down there with the whole family in the big SUV, and the kids are in the back, and I can't stand because the kids go to that third row and they mess around, and it's way back there. I can't hear you. Call me on the cell. I mean, it's too hard. Then you put movies on for them. I don't like that, the movies. It's very dangerous. Yes. You ever been driving at night? At night, everybody has these DVD players in the car. You're driving at night, isn't it distracting? Because through the tint, you could see it. 80 miles an hour, I'm watching Shrek next to me. Yeah, that's not right.
I actually just bought my jacket here today at Nordstrom's. And, yes, thank you. I wanted to give Nordstrom's a plug because it's going back tomorrow. Doesn't really go with my checkbook. So, went and got my haircut at beauty college, so that explains that. You ever go to one of these places, beauty colleges, they cut your hair for like a Snickers? Never go. Don't ever. This is actual footage, just students cutting my hair, teacher standing there going, "No. No. Monique, this is your last chance. Try the other side." I feel this way, folks. Here's how I feel. If you're overweight and you've always been overweight, then you're not overweight. Exactly. That is called maintaining. Let's not be fooled by these false standards they've set up. My wife and I, we did this Atkins diet for a while. Y'all familiar with the Atkins diet? All protein, all meat diet. Eat nothing but Slim Jims and pepperoni slices. Give me a pound of bacon, I'm on a diet, man. That's the kind of diet I want to be on. That diet works, too. I ended up in the hospital. And let me tell you, once you're hooked up to an IV, that's when the pounds really start to drop off.
From the Bananas television program, Thor Ramsey on the Darens Trouble Comedy Show. Thanks to Thor for being on the program this week, and I'd like to thank the other comedians you heard this week as well. Isaac Whitty, Ron Pearson, Tim Hawkins, Nazareth, Johnny W., Scott Gregory, and Carlos Oscar. And that is going to do it for this week. We'll see you again next week, my friend. Laughter is like a medicine. So during hard times, I hope you're spending time every day, throughout the day, enjoying a good laugh. It looks good on you. It does. See you next time, my friend.
The Darren Streblow Comedy Show. Executive producer Darren Streblow. A Streblow Comedy Inc. production.
I used to jog. I quit jogging because I got tired of people asking if I'm okay.
Here's some great news. If you missed the deadline to sign up for health insurance, or if you signed up for a plan you're not happy with, you still have a choice. Medicare is a healthcare sharing program. Hundreds of thousands of Christians are part of this. It can save you a lot. Typical savings for a family is about $500 a month. You can join Medicare anytime. It's easy to call and look into it. There's no pressure at all. And man, what a difference it can make. 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40.
About 9 years ago, I really never ate breakfast, unless you counted the Diet Coke and chips. I ate what I wanted when I wanted. I even remember standing in my kitchen one morning at age 41, eating chips and drinking my Coke, thinking, I feel great. I wonder how long I'll be able to keep this diet going. And I thought because I was healthy in my relationship with God, reading the Bible, and doing my Pilates occasionally, I'd be just fine. Who needs green leafy vegetables? But 5 months after having these thoughts, I started getting sick with a lot of different infections. And then came emotional anxiety, and well, I just kind of crashed. There were other factors that played into my crash, but I heard God clearly speak to me. Yes, He had great plans for me, but I needed to take care of my diet. 1 Corinthians 16:20. I don't just belong to myself, I'm God's girl, and I honor Him, you honor Him, by the way we live our lives and take care of ourselves every day. For more encouragement in Everyday Matters, visit DebbieGriffith.com.
Back to Genesis with Dr. John Morris, scientist and creation researcher with the Institute for Creation Research. Dr. Morris, how far away is Mars?
Chris, both Mars and Earth are orbiting the Sun at different distances. The Earth circles the Sun every year, but Mars, being at a different distance and a different speed, has a different timetable. In their elliptical travels, Earth passes Mars every 780 days or so, and at that time it's as close as it's going to be for another 2.5 years. In August of 2004, they came the closest ever, but still over 55 million kilometers of distance between them. Chris, the orbits of the planets and the moons are so precise that we can calculate exactly where they'll be at a point in the future. This was God's purpose for the heavenly bodies, to help men keep time. Chris, I think they have accomplished their Back to Genesis purpose well, don't you?
To learn more about creation, get our free DVD called That's a Fact. Call us at 800-628-7640 and mention the promo code FACT.
The Darren Trouble Comedy Show.
Highlight. Here's Michael Jr.
So I read the Bible a lot. Right? Reading the Bible, found out that Jesus had a little brother. Anybody know his name? James. When I read that, I was like, man, how much pressure was that? Because everybody probably thought that James could do the same thing Jesus could do, but he couldn't. He was just James. Remember the wedding banquet? Jesus turned water into wine. Everybody was amazed. But they don't tell you about the next banquet. Jesus left early. They started running out of wine. Everybody looked at James. You just gonna stand there with your sandals on? You're not gonna make no wine?
Get more laughs in our free app at DarensTrouble.com.